Wait. Hold on here. Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop?
Yes, it is.
It's the barbershop. Wait, I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all.
You gotta tell me who the park down.
It ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Yes, indeed. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. We're here with another episode of The Barbershop, man. Tonight's going to be a great night. We're going to have a great conversation. I got some ladies coming in here tonight. The fellas are going to be in here tonight. Guys, if you do want to join the show tonight, the link will be in the chat. So I'm putting it in there right now, and I'm going to pin it to the top so you can come up and have your word. Now, make sure your camera is on because I got to see your face. All right. And if you want to give to the channel, you do see, you can and will be able to see the banner at the bottom of the show right now, and you'll be able to give accordingly. All right. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, share it with 2 people you like, 1 person you do not. We're going to have a great show tonight again, and I welcome anybody to join the panel tonight. The link is in the chat. I want to bring up a young lady who is with me tonight, who's the first guest to drop in here tonight. And we're going to welcome in tonight, none other than, you've seen her Tuesday. We had a great conversation on Tuesday, and I want to invite her in. Beachy is in the building. What's going on, Beachy?
Hi, it's Friday night.
Yeah, and I feel all right.
Yes, I had to go. I've been shaking this cold off all week, so I'm a little stuffy, but I am so much better.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you feel better. Hey, listen, so you guys see the subject tonight, and my sister here is brave enough to come up and have this conversation. And you see tonight, the subject tonight is the dangers of marrying a Black woman. She always wins, and here's why. What do you think about the subject tonight before we get started?
Again, happy, TGIF for everybody tonight. This is real. I got to see where you're going with this, because I'm You said she always gets her way, and I'm just got to see where you're going, because I can't just out the bat. That's just not enough. It's something else I'm missing with that title. A black woman always gets her way in a relationship. So that's how, is that the overall senses of what all?
What's happening is in the world today that what the men are talking about in the circles and the barbershops are that they're talking about they're taking care of their kids, but they can't take their kids to on income tax, and they've been paying child support, taking care of the children. They go to court. The courts are not smiling upon them in the courtroom for custody. If they decide that the relationship's not working and they leave, the woman has the right with the system behind her to destroy him physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. And the men they can't win. They can't win. If you stay, she's going to make you miserable. If you leave, she's going to destroy you. And so I think that is what we're talking about tonight. Do you think there's any truth to anything that is being said amongst the men?
Yeah, I do, except I'm trying to get, how did y'all identify it to one race?
Now, because I think when it comes to one race, the race that we're talking about specifically is because if you look at the numbers statistically, we are the only race that 80% of our women are single mothers, 85% of the marriages are in divorce, and they're filed by the women in our community statistically, and so we have the highest rates. So that's why it's subjected to this particular race.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts? Do you believe what the men are saying in the streets? Do you believe what they're saying at the barbershops? And let me bring my brother in right now, because I don't want him to wait too long in the back here. My brother's in the
disgusting.
Prototype is in the building, man. What's going on, my brother?
What's good?
But yeah, so BG, what are your thoughts?
So I had to get my ink pen out. So basically, sorry about that, my screen. Okay, so what you're saying, we're going to use it. You said you just chose to go with the black race
because our numbers are higher.
That's just it could be women in general.
Mm-hmm. But the reason I chose, the reason the race thing is particular because our women have the highest rate of divorce or filing for divorce, as well as the highest rate of single motherhood as well, and highest and we have the lowest rates of marriage because men are saying now that they don't want to be married because if they get married, they can lose everything they worked hard for, and so they don't want to do that.
And you also have those stats for our race is the highest race for infidelity, right, than all the other races.
Right. Also STDs too. And I didn't want to get into that. I want to get into the marriage conversation, but I was reading statistics about us all together. CDC says that Black women have the most STDs in the country.
Yes, as combined as men and women, we are the most infidelity as far as relationships. Mm-hmm. Infidelity is found more common in our race, Black, African American, than any others together. So you add that.
That's a good conversation. That's a good subject.
They won't use the word promiscuity, but they will use infidelity. So if you add those two together, then it would make sense. If people are sleeping outside of the home, then with their partner, they're gonna contract other things. So those two go hand in hand. So make sure you do grab that stat on that. Our race has the highest rates for infidelity than all other races.
I want to talk about that too. So keep that down. I definitely want to get into that. That is a good conversation to have tonight as well. About that, because we need to get to the root of why that is. Prototype, I'm gonna go to you real quick and then we'll go back up. Prototype, what are your thoughts on the dangers of marrying a Black woman? She's always winning. Now, Prototype, you've been in these YouTube streets for a while.
The dangers of marrying a Black woman? Is that the question?
Yeah. Yeah. We because now you see what's happening here. in the streets of YouTube. And I want to have this conversation tonight because I talked about it today. And I had a conversation. I said, you know what, this would be a good thing to talk about Friday night. And I think that, you know, we're in a situation where a lot of men feel like they're losing, especially in the Black community. If you leave a Black woman, she could destroy you. That's the thought process that's going on in the Black community. You leave me, I'm gonna take your money. You can't see your kids. I'm taking your 401k. I'm taking your income tax. I'm taking your ability to move on with another woman. I'm going to destroy you. And go ahead. Prototype. The floor is yours.
Is this a real topic?
Yeah.
Well, let me help Prototype before you jump in here. Black man unfiltered is really trying it tonight. Okay, he is really pushing the boundary. Listen, guys, this is not a Black woman thing. If anything, Black women learn this from their counterparts, which would be the Caucasian women, taught Black women, listen, if you're going to be left for dead, left in the wind, here's how to legally claim what you are rightfully owed through the laws put in place. So it's not that Black women are taking anything or doing you any type of way legally. If you have been married, so you bought in retirement, no woman can take your retirement unless she has been married to you. And then there was a divorce and she had to have been married to you for quite some time. I think before you start tapping into retirement pensions, it's about that 20-year mark, 25 for some. So if she don't put that much time in, then yes, she is going to legally, she's not taking that from you. She's already going to be entitled that money's to you because she's been married with you for that amount of time. She's not taking that from you. Secondly, child support or not seeing the kids and all that, that's not her fault. If a Black man, any man, but we're talking about Black right now, fails to go to child support enforcement and the DHR office and say, hey, I want my visitation rights, and ask for them, then he's at fault. She didn't do anything to him. He didn't go down there and request his rightfully owed visitation rights, say how she feels. These are my days. He didn't do that. So therefore, there's nobody holding her accountable to that. So whatever shenanigans a woman of any race, but we're talking about Black, may try to pull, the man could stop that by going to the court and request that. Now, if she interferes with that, she'll suffer the penalties for those things. But at the very minimum, he should be going in requesting his rights and not just depending on the goodness of her heart to feel like when she wants you to see your kids when it's convenient to her. All men should go down there and do that. And then lastly, when it comes to the monies, well, that's just what comes when you procreate. It ain't for the free ski. Okay, everyone's paying a price, and that's what comes with people splitting up. Child support, again, these are all law things written in the law. So she's not taking or doing anything that's breaking the law. So you're gonna let me see where it is that you feel it's an error. And if you say she always win, well, where is he losing at? Because if anything, he lost his woman and his right to be head of that household. He wasn't able to keep that. So how is she taking anything? Okay, it's not like she spin a narrative and decided. Go ahead, you go in Prototype.
Yeah, Prototype. What? Yeah, go ahead and respond to that.
Are you talking about somebody specifically? Are we talking about a specific case?
No, just overall, just general. Yeah.
So why are you explaining all that? Like, why do you feel the need to go into all that detail? Beachy.
Oh no, he asked, and he asked the 3 questions, so that was my answer.
He was asking me, and you like went down that long rabbit hole.
Oh, I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was asking you. I apologize. Okay, Prototype. Can you turn your audio up because from my end it's very low.
Yeah, it is low. It is low, Prototype.
I didn't hear it. I did not hear that. So we let's start over, you guys. Scratch everything Beachy said. I didn't hear any of that, and I was not at all answering for you. So I'm gonna just mute because I couldn't hear him at all. And then let you jump in with that question. So apologies there on my end.
All right, so shoot. What is it? The state of marrying a Black woman?
The dangers of marrying a Black woman, she always wins.
I don't think there's any dangers of marrying a Black woman. I think they're the safest women to marry, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
Marrying anything else puts you in more danger than marrying a Black woman. So I don't understand the necessary, if you can find a Black woman to marry, I guess is the catchphrase. But if you found one, I think you're in the safest bet. You know, even if y'all do not work out and it gets divorced, I think your options are still going to work out in the best favor than marrying anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I would always marry black and only black. You know, if you want the safest route to live your life.
Now, I hear you on that. I'm gonna ask you this because I'm gonna play devil's advocate this evening. We have the most divorce. We have the most single parents, single moms. But my question would be, you don't think that black men are suffering in silence and or in public and or in the court system? Are we not watching these videos every day? Because here in Dallas, they have they do a YouTube channel and they have the courts here in Dallas where I live, where they show the different cases of men who are going in for child support and the way that these women have done these men. So glad that we have a judge here who digs for the truth, because so many men would be so screwed. So many black men would be so screwed financially if that woman didn't if that female judge, she's a female judge too, black judge, she ain't putting up with the shit. And so many men, they had a case. I'm gonna give you a case because you just talking about a case. The man she went in for an increase on child support. She pulled up the woman's finances on how much she makes a year. The woman makes, I gotta buy me one of those prototype. The woman makes, the husband made, the ex-husband, because they're no longer together, makes $58,000 a year. She makes $109,000 a year. And she's trying to get an increase on child support. He's telling the judge, wait, I can't do that because I can't afford to go up no more another $1,000 a month for child support. And why do I have to do that when this woman is making almost $120,000 a year? And the judge wasn't putting up with. She say, so whoa. You making $120,000 a year and you coming in here for an increase? The lady said, yeah. Yeah. She said, yeah, you're not going to get no increase in here.
I don't know the details of that relationship. I would say if a woman is making $120,000 a year, she is then trying to give her son or her child a life that is outside of our norm. You know what I mean? And that stuff gets expensive.
Agree.
I have 4 children, right? And in that mix, there's travel, sports, extracurricular activities. I'm always trying to put them in positions where they're getting the best education. They're in STEM programs. You know what I'm saying? So that adds up to where that 120, you end up making, it don't look 120 no more. I tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? And especially if the insurance is on her, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, she gonna need some help. Because I know what making 120 and trying to give your kids the best life is all about. And I'm going to need some help. You know what I'm saying? And that's not my fault that he's only making 58. He going like, we agreed that his child and give them the best life possible. You better catch up so we can continue on that movement and don't be stuck at this low rate. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing making $58,000 a year?
Yeah,
I
guess, black man, you haven't ever had to pay child support, right? I'm going to assume you've never gone in child support enforcement.
I'm not going to.
I'm not saying go through the court system to get it, but if Buddy not holding up his end of the weight, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get this child the best that he can get, you know what I'm saying. It might be this child might be out of his budget. It might be out of her thinking of the budget. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, but if you paying $1,000 a month for one child. And the child is on your insurance, you should not be trying to get no increase making $120,000 a year. I ain't trying to hear it. So I'm giving you $12,000 a year.
That's not that much though. That's
but $12,000 a year plus I'm paying insurance and expenses on medical insurance. What are we talking about?
Who's paying the insurance, Buddy?
He is.
Yeah, but he needs it for himself, and you know that usually when you add a dependent onto your insurance, it doesn't really go up like that. So black men,
don't you start that lie. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Not that much. It goes up, but for like the family plan,
that's a lie.
Okay, well, I don't know what type of insurance y'all have, so I'll stop there. But okay, let's just, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll say this.
Leave that alone, because I know particularly if for me by myself with my insurance, I might be paying $300 a check. For the family joint, it's easily $800, $1,500. Like, you know what I'm saying? It goes up a lot.
Yeah, and I left that alone because I understand different jobs and different perks, and everybody's not on the same one insurance. So that's not even. I was out of pocket to even go there because everyone doesn't have the same type of. Every company doesn't offer the same type of benefit package. But what Black Man Unfiltered said, he said, I feel. This is why we have the courts, to take away everybody's feelings. It doesn't matter how you might feel, Black Man Unfiltered. The way child support enforcement is going to work, it is going to take the income for that state and what they say based off of the state, and then take your percentage. They come up with a figure. The judge doesn't feel a type of way. They come up with that number. He'll pay that number. If the economy goes up, like I got a cat, his baby mama, she's paid well, her husband well, but the economy went up. The prices went up. Child support went up, and he's going into court to ask, hopefully, that the judge will understand he can't pay anymore, and that they'll have some leniency towards him and let her know, okay, we're going to give him a 6 months, get a raise or another job, because he needs a little leniency here. That's the best a man can do, but he doesn't have the courts aren't going to say, well, we feel that's enough. That's not how that works, and I'm glad it doesn't, because the feelings were in play instead of someone deciding already who calculates it before it hits the judge's desk. This is what is stated for you to pay. Feelings are out of the equation. It's about the mandated amount. Okay, forget how you feel. And if you are unable, unfortunately, that man can't, his money isn't enough to keep up, then he will have to just get a second job. What she makes it over him does not take away his responsibility, what he has to pay for that child. And that's just the way it is for everybody. Race,
okay. So let me tell you. So I'm glad I waited. So let me tell you what happened at the end. Hey, Coach Ferg, come on up here. Let me tell you what happened at the end of the case. And I'm trying to find the video right now so I can show it to y'all. At the end of the case, the girl had, she come in there with bougie and shit. And you could tell she make a lot of money on the way she looked and the way she dressed. At the end of the case, she said, so you come in here? She said, yeah, I don't care how much that little money he making. I'm going to get my piece. And and the judge said, you're not getting that. She said, but since we didn't know that you made this almost $120,000 a year, since we didn't know that, she reversed it. She said, if he's making that, how often does he see his child? She said, every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She said, so the majority of the time, he with his daddy. She said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cancel the child support on him. You paying the child support. Oh, come on now.
I call Cap.
I'm finna show you the video right now. I'm finna pull it up right now. She reversed.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show this video, it being a real court agreement. For them to just automatically decide in that instant, it has to be a very egregious, like that's out of the norm.
No,
so
she said the reason that she did it is because that's why I like this judge. She looks into the money. She's saying this man is paying you. He's paying the child's insurance. He's paying you $1,000 a month in child support. He did this before it was even court ordered. You got it court ordered. You coming in here for an increase. And she said, you coming in here playing in my face, asking for an increase when the man is already doing what he can do. And the lady didn't tell the courts that she was making $120,000. So the judge looked into her and said, damn, you making $120,000? Oh, hell no. Why are you in my courtroom playing with me?
Okay, well, I'd love to see it. I mean,
oh yeah, I'm looking for it right now. I'm finding it right now.
I heard of that story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love this judge. I love her.
I'm not saying the judge is
she a black lady too,
right? But I was just talking about, in theoreticals, if a woman is making more than a man and they got a kid, I feel like that woman has probably got higher aspirations for the kid than the man does.
Okay, yeah, because he goes, yeah. Now, if you really want to, I hope Trey can come up here tonight. Trey is a ex-military, ex-police officer, and this happened. He went to court, and some bull stuff happened to him in child support. Hey Trey, if you can come up here, bro, it would be amazing so we can hear your story too.
Ah, somebody said that's not even a real court. Oh man, I hope
no.
Yeah,
it's
we'll know. We'll be able to pull up the court office and the actual.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It is. Well, Trey lives in DC. He don't live here in Dallas. The lady that's in this court, she's running for judge again, and all her signs are on the side of the road for people to vote for her back in office.
Well, we'll be able to pull up. This was the actual. This was for.
I'm pulling up. But yeah, so I don't believe the link is at the top of the chat, Trey. But I'll put it back in the chat. Hold on a second. All right, there you go, bud. But yeah, this lady, they have her on all the time, and she ain't putting up with no bullshit. And have she got on some men asses too? Yeah, she have. But these women that's coming in here trying to get all this money and they're making all this money, she ain't putting up with it. Oh, I'm looking for it, y'all. Hold on. Oh, but while we're doing it, I'm gonna play this video. And we can get back into and play this video, and then now while I'm playing this, I can look for the other video. This video right here is talking about marriage. There's a guy who has a class. He's teaching why men don't want to be married, or why they shouldn't be married, and why they should leave it alone, because it's not beneficial to a man to be married. And so let me play this one real quick. Let me see. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. All right, where is it at? Oh, there it is. I found it.
Society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. Tell about society is fucking men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, a woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big fuck right off the bat. What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're fucked, because the government doesn't think that you deserve shit. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are fucked. So there's a lot of men going, why the fuck would I do this? The good news is that will correct itself, because eventually then people start going, oh, right? When you create mistakes, you only create more error. Error creates more error. So we've gone so far the other direction that more and more men are going like, why the fuck would I get married?
Thoughts?
I think that's a white man that don't like black women. So he would consider marrying a black woman.
Yeah. Now Trey is here, and our Payne is here. What's up, Trey, my brother? Trey in the building. Our Payne's in the building, man. It's good to see y'all, bro. Hey, Trey. Prototype had a comment. He said a few minutes ago. He said the safest way to marry is to marry the black woman. What are your thoughts?
Look, I'm on record as saying that it's extremely difficult to be a black person because you're held to the standard just purely based on the color of your skin. And the frustration that I have is that when you say that the safest way to get married is to marry a black woman, are we taking into account that black women as a collective are probably the worst women on the planet? When you add it all together statistically. Now, that doesn't mean that individually there aren't standout black women. There are great black women, but as a collective, as a group of women, they're quite possibly the worst group of women on the planet. I've been to 31 countries. I've seen women in all different phases, from fully covered to butt naked in the Czech Republic. When I see black women, if I were ever to get married, which I have no intentions of ever doing, but if I were ever to get married, I don't think that a black woman would be tops on my list. And I would like to hear more for him to explain it, because what I know, I don't see how that even, the math just doesn't even add up. I mean, if you can get past the single parenting, if you can get past the lack of male leadership in their home, I mean, I don't know where you would say that this would be the safest place. I'd like to hear more.
Okay, Prototype, you want to respond to that real quick before I get our opinion in here?
Yeah, I feel like black women that you can marry don't do the most damage, as if you could be happier with another race, with another culture, but when you divorce them, if something go wrong with them, they're getting everything. They're taking you to the slaughterhouse. That's why white men are loving black women. You know what I'm saying? If they get married, they're marrying the black women. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that's coming from. So when I say the safest, I didn't say the happiest, but the safest women to marry would be the black woman. Yes, we're going to deal with some attitude. It's not going to be the happiest, but it'll be the safest.
Well, I guess my issue is that there's no statistical data to prove that. Like, black women are the least married, and they marry black men at the highest rates. So where is this other groups of people that black women are marrying? Because they're not marrying them.
The statistical data is who's getting the most off of divorces. It's not black women. If the number one way,
that's not my argument. You're saying that black women, I mean, other races are dating black women. I'm challenging that there is no statistical data to prove that. Well, when black women marry, they marry black men.
Anecdotal experience. I know a lot of black women that married to white men, and what I'm saying is, off of the data though, if you divorce a black woman, it's damage control opposed to divorcing any other culture. You divorce a white woman, they're taking you to the slaughterhouse. A black woman ain't going to drag you down in the end like a white woman would.
Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear about something.
Absolutely correct.
If you're getting taken to the slaughterhouse as a part of a marriage, it's because you as a man didn't do your work. So if you got married and you didn't get a prenup and or a postnup, you deserve everything that's coming to you, because what we know about marriage at this point in time, we know that it is a business. It has been posted and plastered all over social media for the last decade. So if a white woman, if you marry a white woman and she
he froze. Damn.
To say that the reason why I should marry a black woman is because she won't take as much money as another race of women just defeats the purpose that you're saying that I'm not smart enough to protect my assets in the very beginning.
Agreed. A lot of people are not smart.
And to be fair, unless some people are like in a certain income bracket, starting off with marriage, they don't really think they're going to need that prenup. And that's where a postnup will come in, like what I have. And of course, we can all debunk Trey, because we all know Beachy married outside her race. And I can tell you right now, going the rate that, after leaving and separating, everything that I know, every trick, every turn, everything that I can do was taught to me by Allison, Amy, Becky, and Amanda. Okay, Keisha and them didn't teach me the things that I know. I know things that I would never tell you guys, okay, on things that can be done, ways that to just, it is what it is, laws that I hadn't heard of before, because no one was teaching our race then. No one was teaching the sisterhood. I share information with my sisters, like, y'all, did y'all know that we qualify for this? If you've been married for this amount of years, I bring that information back. No, we didn't know that, because grandma and them didn't tell us that, probably because they were either staying married, and the ones that divorced, maybe that man didn't have that, or we just weren't fed that information. White women are the most conniving women on the planet. If there's a dime to be found, they will tell you where to get it, how to get it, and follow this blueprint. And I can tell you I've done just that. And because I have done that is why I can sit like I am now amongst my people, amongst the black men that I love, and let them know, oh, y'all really lucky, because if y'all women really knew, and if they ever find out just what things can be done, you all are going to be not so comfortable. So you got it good now. You might want to slow down, pump the brakes before we start really giving out information, just holding panels on how to increase your net your income this way. Like our community doesn't know these things. We weren't taught this stuff. White women were. They were bred as little girls. Oh, by the way, now, if it doesn't work out, Amanda, this is what you need to do. They were taught these things. We weren't, because we so busy in a survival mode. Our mothers didn't teach us this stuff. They didn't know what to teach it, but I do. And I'm going to teach any young Black woman that comes my path, she will learn.
That was all before an awareness. You are not going to be able to run that game on millennials and Gen Z. That will not work. It will work on Generation X. It will work on baby boomers. But I can tell you right now, as a 40-year-old man, as an older millennial, having dealt with all millennials and dealing with all these Gen Z guys, they know better. They know better than to get married without protecting themselves. And all these so-called tricks, like y'all like to use VOWs, Victims Act against women's victims of all these little things y'all like to do. We know how to get around that because it's simple contracts. Let me explain something to you. What the games that baby boomers and Gen Z Xers used to play, y'all can play on them. It's because the woman was actually in some sort of elevated or elite position in society. Like when women walk into a room, guys would literally hold each other back so they can get the opportunity to get at her. That doesn't happen anymore. Women are not exalted in our society anymore. We don't do that. Women are on TikTok and on social media complaining that they can't even get a date, that nobody will buy them a drink. There's an entire thread dedicated to why won't men approach us. We don't even talk to y'all. Now, again, if you're coming from this because some 55-year-old guy is still trying to holler at you, he's from a different generation, so he's going to do things differently. I'm telling you, from millennials, we don't really pay women attention like that anymore. And the women are literally crying out for this every day. By the way, you cannot debunk something with anecdotal evidence. The fact of the matter is that Black women are not getting married, and the ones that do get married, marry Black men. Point blank, period.
My anecdotal experience was only based off of white men marrying Black women. The factual experience is how much men are getting taken to the slaughterhouse by which race. Like on that, you can look up.
Sure, and again, you're talking about a completely different generation. I'm not arguing that white women don't understand the system better than Black women. That's not my argument. My argument is that was a time in the past. That is not going to be able to work in the future. And if men are smart, in which I think a lot of them have woke up, Red Pill has helped a lot of these guys wake up. Some of them have gone on the deep end, but for the most part, they are awake. I would never get married without a prenup. Never. It would never happen. And that prenup is not going to be it's going to be fair because the prenup has to be fair, so it won't be deemed unconscionable. But that's about it. I'll be fair. I'll be more than fair. But she will not be getting the come up off of me. Certainly not me. And by the way, the other part of this is too, millennials and Gen Xers also know to stop dating broke women. Because if you're dating broke women and she got nothing to bring to the table, then she's going to want to take more of your ish anyway. Again, you guys are in a different time, and y'all talking about a different part. If you want to say that white women are more knowledgeable, by all means, go right on ahead. But I think that if we're going to have a real conversation about why a Black man should marry a Black woman, we have to have a conversation that this is probably not in his best interest to do. He can do it. A lot of Black men, all y'all Black men up here, y'all married to Black women. You can do it. But I would never, ever tell a millennial or a Gen Zer to start with a Black woman. I would tell him to start in another country and work his way back. A Black woman would be the last option.
I don't think anybody up here really sits in, I'm the only female, so I have to speak up. You don't know how women talk, and you never will. You're not, unless you can turn to a fly on the wall, how information is passed down. You are gullible and naive if you don't think that what we are learning is from the white women. They have taught us things that I'm not even going to mention on this platform that you don't even know exist. Okay, their methods seem to be quite effective. They also have taught some other things that they just don't fit the title, because that's how they've been moving for a while, and while they're not really rocking around complaining about a lot of stuff. I mean, they start off from the jump with a mindset, and so because they are that way, they share. All you have to do is talk to them. Girl, Allison, how you pull that off? Wait, what? Let me get my Amanda, Becky, girl, I didn't know I could do that. And that's how that works. And then they tell somebody like BG, and then BG goes, and I am sharing it with my girls. Okay. So I'm sorry that you all are in those conversations, because you wouldn't be, because you're a man, and we're not going to tell you, but you are completely delulu if you don't think that white women are the ones who started. Hold on, he's not going to leave me for dad and me and my kids and go off and marry off and drive off into the sunset with his new younger hot chick. I'm going to find, like, she's the one who started this, and she's mastered it. And I give them credit for how did you figure out how to do that? And they have shared that information, and we do take it, write it down, and implement it, and it's working quite effectively. So yeah, that information is passed on that we learn from another race of people.
Can I just say something real quick? I think the thought of women finding out ways to destroy men in divorce is it's absolutely diabolical. Now, you know, and I would concede that the white women know it, but there's a whole stream of white women complaining about how they regret their divorces as well. So I'm just saying, I mean, I hear this is a good conversation from the standpoint that it's kind of entertaining. For me, it's just cheaper to keep her. Now, I love my wife, but if I had to, I probably would have probably listened to that record 1,000 times before I got divorced. Because if my wife divorced me, I'm gonna be on the street with signs, "I'll work for food." You know, that's for sure. So she don't have to know the tricks. She'll walk into the courtroom with a couple of bows in her hair, and I'm done. You know, so I'm just saying, thank God she's one of the old women from the 80s who was in those exalted places where I didn't have to worry about her, because she loved her some rich pain. You know, so and I fed her back, so we didn't worry about it. We still married. So I hear the modern dating thing. If a man is not on his P's and Q's, I don't care what the color of the woman is, he's an idiot if he gets married without protecting himself. I don't care if it's black, white. I don't care who she is. I don't care how much sex she gives you, how much love all this bullshit. If a man with means gets married without some kind of protection, he's an absolute asshole. Now, I'm for marriage, but the protection piece has to be in there now. It just has to be in there. Oh, you don't really love me. You're thinking about divorce. You goddamn right I'm thinking about divorce. Because if you wake up one morning with one of these female pangs that you know what, I had enough. I just changed my mind. This don't work for me, with no fault divorce, you walk right out there and take half of my shit with you. And that shit don't make no sense to me. I know in Florida, they're changing the rules big time. We should start from there and spread that shit around the country. It should be an even transition for marriage for both men and women. First, take away this automatically women get the children. It's already the fact that fathers are better parents. We have all the receipts we know we need. In the Black community, for sure, we have all the receipts that we need that fathers are much better parents than women. Our kids are absolute savages out there with just their mother. So I'm just trying to say, you know what? It's all upside down, and our race is dying. With this matriarchy shit that runs in the Black community, our subculture as Black Americans is on its last leg. It's on its last leg. You know, and that Corey Holcomb Anton fight is underneath there. There's a string of that shit in there too.
She was lying.
You know, so I mean, let me just land it there. I mean, I love Black women myself. I mean, you know, my daughter's a Black woman. My wife is a Black woman. FBA Black women. You know, so, but y'all drank so much of the Kool-Aid, I don't know what's up now. There's still beautiful Black women out there, but you got to go through a gold mine to find them.
How y'all doing?
I'll just drop it. I'll just drop it there. You know, I don't know how we're going to fix it. Feminism has killed the Black community.
Yeah.
Before you go, Coach Ferd, I found the video and I'm going to put it up here in a minute, but I got to copyright clean it up before, so they won't strike me. But I will say this. It has killed the community, our pain. It really has. I think that when women ask for their rights, it's okay to get your rights. But when you get your rights to do wrong, that's where the rubber meets the road for me. You get your rights, and just imagine this for a second. I'm gonna go back to my elementary days when I was sitting in the library on the floor, and the teacher said, "Close your eyes. Let's learn how to use our imagination." I just want you guys to close your eyes for a second and imagine meeting a beautiful young lady. You get to know her. You think you date for a while, and then you say, "This is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with." Can't you see them? They go out, they have a good time, and then once they do that, he says, "You know what? I want to spend the rest of my life with this woman." He gets down on one knee. He asks her to marry him. She says yes. He gets a promotion at his job. He's making $100,000 a year. She's probably making $80,000 a year. I know that's a little extreme. And they working together. And then one day she decides, because there's no fault marriage now, no fault divorce. So now just close your eyes, just imagine. She says, "I'm tired. I'm bored with this nigga. So I'm going to go and just do a no-fault divorce. I don't have to have a reason to divorce him. I'm done." And during that time, she goes to the courts and says, during that time, they have 2 children. And she goes to the courts and says, "Not only do I want a no-fault divorce, I need his 401k. I need money for the children. I need money for each of them. I need $1,000 for this one, $1,000 for that one." And the judge says, "Granted." What does that do to that man? Can y'all just see it? Can you imagine it for a second? Close your eyes real tight. What does a man benefit? What does a man to profit a marriage and lose his whole soul? We could use a Bible verse for that. What is a man to profit everything and to lose his entire being, everything that he worked
just
for?
Going a bit far, as I said earlier, to qualify to start tapping into a man's retirement, you have put in decades of a marriage, so you are qualified for that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that she's already put in a minimum of 20 years. She's tapping into retirement, so she's probably already done
Absolutely.
25. So you saying her asking for child support at that many years in the marriage, I mean, how old, young are these kids? Like, you got to really make sense of that, because
let me ask a question though.
by the time I'm 25, you might, unless you had children really late or really early in life, it's kind of
aren't women having more children in their 40s now than they ever have before?
Absolutely, that is correct.
Real thing.
Yeah, actually, those stats for that are very bad too, and also for the children. So I'm just making it out. They're trying it, but it doesn't always work out so well. But what he gave an example of someone getting retirement, honey, you put in a quarter or a century, your children are going to be almost practically grown.
There's no such thing as putting in. This is a marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
Say putting in like you
A
know
marriage.
it is in prison.
I'm saying she's put in that time in the marriage. I don't even know where, if there was even any child support, it wouldn't be but for a couple of years, because the kid would almost be grown unless they're going to go to college. I mean, I don't understand what you're complaining for after a quarter of a century of marriage. I mean, that you get what you get. What is he complaining for? You put in 25 years. She's did that much time. She's qualified to receive.
What time? Why do you keep using these terms?
It's a sentence.
So let me ask a question real quick.
Y'all treat it like jail, so we're going to talk about it like jail.
It's not.
Well served. If I served 25 years, I better be qualified for a lot of stuff.
If you thought it was jail, why didn't you leave earlier before 25 years hit? If it was so much of jail.
Ass backwards.
You all want to free marriage like you admit.
No.
You said don't like it said that way because you want. Wait a minute. One of the reasons men don't want to get married is because it's entrapment. I want to sow my oats. I want to date multiple women. Marriage is like a prison or jail to y'all, so that's how we treat it. Okay, well, we're gonna do our little sentence, 10, 15, 25 max.
You're not a man.
We get our retribution after we did our time. You all treated that way. We just lining up with your ideas. We're going to treat it like a jail or prison.
So Trey, let me ask you a question real quick, Trey. Let me ask you a question. So you see how everything's going? You see how everything's going in these divorces right now? So let me give you some names. Babe, what's the latest name from Housewives of Atlanta?
You go Iman Shumpert, Tyrese. Yeah, right. Iman Shumpert.
So let's take Candy Burris, Mary J. Blige. All these women, right, that just got divorces recently. Now, Mary J. Blige went to court and the judge granted her husband a percentage of everything she makes moving forward. He gets alimony and child support for a child because you don't want to change the child's lifestyle. So she's paying child support on his child as well. Do you think that's fair? Beachy, do you think it's fair that Mary J.
Blige has a history of being preyed upon when she's played out multiple.
Every
one of Mary J. Blige's relationships he's played the way she's dealt those cards. It has cost her money.
It's crazy.
I don't know what she's doing and how she's lining stuff up, but she
have a prenup.
She's paying large amounts of money. Mary J. Blige is not the exception. She is to don't do nothing. Whatever she's doing, do the opposite, because some type of way she has to pay out palimony, all this other stuff. I don't know what she got going on, but she is not the only woman I know in R&B hip hop, one of the few who can't every husband take up for dang that every time she got. That's her problem. That's a personal Mary J. Blige problem, not an average black woman problem.
Candy Bird's husband is about to do the same thing. He's got to get half of everything she made, and the women are in the comments on these videos saying, "I can't believe a black man would do that to a black woman. Take half of everything." Candy been working all them years, and he gonna take half of her properties, half of her money. Huh?
He's not about to get Candy's money.
Yes, he is. The prenup.
The money they made together.
Yeah, there was a loophole in the prenup, and he wants half. That's why. Let me tell you how women work. Before she said, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna give you the prenup." But now
there's no loophole, bro.
There's no loophole in that prenup. Black man, you need to fix that statement. Her prenup is ironclad.
Okay, you're right. He's challenging the prenup. But guess what happened, Trey? Watch this. This is how I smile about it. So before Christmas, she said, "Oh, I'm just gonna give in what the prenup say." Somehow the lawyer did something with this challenge of this prenup. And that news got out that he's gonna get half of that property and half of that money. Guess what she said on her timeline? Go look at our Instagram. She said, "Oh, I was thinking about having him over for Christmas. Me and him and the kids gonna start spending time together." The next day, they was at an NBA basketball game together. Now, 4 days prior to that, she hate that nigga. She don't want to see him no more. Some happened to change her mind. Baby, let's go to an NBA game together. Let's show people that we're a unit. Let's show people that we're together. Let's spend time with the kids.
That was basic pre-R and a little stunt move. But Candy's financials before her marriage and that prenuptial, it has been. She's been vocal about it. Her mother's been vocal. Her attorney's been vocal. She did not budge. Even when he decided he wasn't going to walk down that aisle with her, she still would not change it. Shout out to Candy. Candy is showing the girls, this is how you do it. Now, he going to get something, but he will not tap into her residuals nor her money before him. And at the very minimum, he can walk away with a little something. Okay, she never said he couldn't have anything but that property, that home, that he's locked up out of that. So you all can sing that song, but he will not get that. She stood firm, and I'm glad she did it. But even if it meant he wasn't going to marry her, she stood on, I'm not allowing you to have access to X, Y, Z in this, meaning the majority of my fortune. I let you in on this, but you ain't getting any of this stuff right here. And he tried to hold her hostage and not marry her. He still married her because in the end, I mean, he didn't have, it ain't like, she, what else is he going to do?
Do you see the hypocrisy? Do you see the hypocrisy in what you're saying right now?
I don't see any hypocrisy. He married the money. He married her for money. He never loved her anyway, so he better be happy he getting something out of it.
Oh, man, that's a lie. Let me jump in. Can I jump in? Because, sister, I hear you, man, and you got a strong voice. I mean, you.
Come on, coach.
Correct. So I'm going to ask you some questions because I like to know people who they are, right? So I assume you're in your 50s, sort of like me. I'm probably the old, our pain than me, but so the question I want to ask you was, you come from two parents, right? Mother, father, right?
Talking to you, Beachy, I think.
Oh, he's talking to you, Beachy.
Yeah. I come from two parents. I'm not in my 50s yet, but we're still Gen X. Okay.
Okay. Have you ever been married or married now? You married now? Currently married. You have children by a black man?
No, they're actually by a non-black man, and I have 3.
Okay. So now I understand the mindset a little bit, right? I understand that, right? So here's the thing, right? You was talking about teaching, right? Because we say moms didn't teach daughters to sort of just look at a man's pockets back in the day. If they split up, mom didn't say have a what's that little fund they be having nowadays in the modern women? What's that the rainy day fund? They didn't.
Right.
moms of that time put all their resources with the family. You learn how to read, walk. You could go to the store by yourself. You had bikes. You had all the good stuff you needed as a family. Now, again, you a little younger Gen X, so baby mama culture started with Gen X. Trey, yeah, we the younger Gen X is probably about your age. I was having them as teenagers a lot. It was going on a lot. Now, here's what I'm saying, right? The fact that the information is coming, it's more available, right? And when it comes to the marriage part, yes, the white women are giving you the information to make sure you don't build nothing with your man. And brothers are learning the information because the laws are being made more available. Now, here's going to be the catch. I don't know if you, like, we aging out. You in your 40, 35, 40, your ass is too old to be trying to date and talk about money. So men, young men, the 20-somethings, are looking at life for what it is when it comes to the sisters, right? They want the sister first, right? But when you cheerlead the fact that we don't want you, because men don't do that until they have been sort of hurt, ashamed. We don't fight. We want the sister first, right? But it's going to be a detriment over the next, I don't know if you have daughters at an age to get married. Over the next 20 years, now you could be promoting step outside the race, yes. But it's not going to work for a lot of.
Yeah, I'm not promoting that at all. I'm actually against that, but
it's not going to work for a lot of sisters, right? Because men are getting more knowledgeable of the laws too. And they are, the best thing for a man to do with the modern mindset is to make sure he has it on documents. He has to make sure he cannot assume that she's gonna love him and putting in the 20 years. You walk away with your suitcases, I walk away with mine. You take the bed, I take the living room seat. All of those child support and alimony, palimony. If our dumbass kids ain't gone on to live their life, then we both failed.
I agree, which is why I tell my children. No one's had children.
The same point. I done made my point. The same point you make. I done made my point.
I'm not talking about your point. I'm saying, what's the point of getting married?
I didn't say it was a point of getting married. What I'm saying is, into the marriage part, right? I tell my son all the time, don't have a baby out of wedlock. He'll be a dumbass fool. That's how I talk to him. Don't ever do it. If you find a woman down in life, make sure she comes from two good parents. She has to come, and we have to have those conversations, because one thing about young folk, you can't control whether or not they get married.
Can we stay on the top? I'm asking, what's the point? Why would a man get married if that's going to be the end result? You take your suitcase, I take mine. What do we need to get married for then?
No, but hold on. I'm not saying that. That's the way that's the way the modern man and woman look at it. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. So if you do know, if it gets to that point, because now we have to learn the laws. The laws for a black man should be right now. You sign a prenup.
You can avoid all the laws by just not getting married.
But you can listen, Trey. Yes, and at some point at 40 and over, you're gonna pay like you play. Simple as that. If you want to live that life, you can do it. Because a single nigga, you gonna pay for your ass if you too old. What are we talking about? You can be out on the streets as a single man.
Hey, can I get in?
I want to ask Trey
The
a
end
question.
result is going to be both sides go their separate ways. Why are we?
What up, Proto?
In the first place?
Nobody's saying it's a
Let
guarantee.
me ask
Hold
you.
on, real quick, y'all, real quick. So I want to give some insight. So Trey, I don't know if me and Trey was talking about the same person. That's why when he said the judge from earlier, her name is Vonda Bailey. She serves she's the
I need to see her face. If I can see her face, I can tell you.
Okay. Yeah, she's the presiding judge of the 255th District Court, Family Court in Dallas County since 2023. So she's the family court judge.
She wear glasses.
I'm gonna show you a picture of her real quick.
She brown skin. It's the same one to be on YouTube.
Yeah, let me just see a picture of it, because I can tell you which one it is. Because there's a fake court.
Yes, a fake
going
one
around TikTok, and it's not.
That's the sketch. They be doing sketches.
Yeah, this is Vonda Bailey right here.
Hold on, guys. Let me ask this question though. Trey, are we?
This is her right here.
We can't see that.
Community?
Yeah, that's the fake.
I seen.
That's not her. So she's legit. That's not her.
Yeah. Vonda. She got signs out here right now when you're driving down the highway saying vote for her again.
So we have this video.
Oh yeah, I got the video right here. Hold on.
Go into your microphone. You seem like you're talking through your speakers on your computer.
Who, me?
Sound
No,
low. Prototype. You sound low.
Yeah, my mic is goofy right now. But
Okay.
if y'all can hear me, are we done?
$125,000 and then an additional $25,000 doing Herbalife. This man only makes $35,000 and you think he should still be paying child support and he has the children more than you? Is that what you're asking me to do? You make $150,000 a year. See, you're playing games. What has she done with the boys?
She takes them to Paris. They go overseas. They've been on Disney cruises. Every time she gets them, they're going somewhere.
$1,456 a month. And it's not to punish you for having a great job. That's awesome. However, when you think about what's in the best interest of these children, they can't go to Disneyland and do all of that with dad.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the fake one. That's the fake one. And I'm gonna tell you how I know. I've been in family court plenty of times. Judges don't even act like that. Judges don't do all this talking.
Thank you, Trey.
Do all that talking.
I know.
That's not what they do.
So y'all saying she's not real?
Yeah, that ain't no real court case in DHS. Thank you, Trey. But I was waiting for one of y'all.
Hold on.
I was waiting for somebody to be honest enough.
So what you you're saying
that wasn't real.
So what you're saying is this lady don't have a court here in Dallas, Texas that does this every day.
No, but that's
that right there. What you're watching is a sketch. That's not real.
Yeah. He's not saying that may not be a judge, but that's a sketch. We're not watching a real court case of actual facts.
However, I can tell you this though, BMU. Yeah. I got a homeboy that I was in the Air Force with that actually had a situation similar to that, where he was paying and then they found out how much his baby mama was making, and she actually wound up having to give him money, and he got custody of their daughter.
But okay,
they can't do it in. They have to adjourn.
But let me say this then. So
a situation that happened like that.
Right. So let's go with it. So okay, let's say that it's a sketch, right? So do you think, just by a show of hands, right? Do you guys think that these things happen for real?
Not that way. No.
So hold on. So let me ask you. So if
not as sensationalized as that. But it can happen. Yes.
Yeah. So a woman making 125, a dude making 35, they're not going to put her on child support.
But it won't happen in one. It won't happen in one sitting, right? So whatever that court case was about, it was about her increasing child support, right?
Right.
So once she got to talking and telling the judge that this is how much she makes, according to how much he makes, what the judge would do was get rid of his child support. And then the judge will make their own entering in the plea to modify her to give, because she has to be the one to pay now because he's on child support and she's not. So it has to be another motion that has to put her on child support.
And JT, to add on to what JT said, why would he need child support unless he's going to show he really does? He's the if he's not primary care of the kids, and he can't just get child support. So that's another order to have to go in and say who's going to be the primary care and custodial parent. It just don't happen like that. We're going to up the numbers.
So Beachy, let me ask you a question, Beachy. Let me ask you a question, Beachy. Do you believe that child support is illegal?
Do I believe child support is illegal?
Yeah.
Well, let's not go there.
No, it's not.
Let's talk about this issue at hand. You're asking a far out question. The bottom line is there's no freaking way that a guy making $35,000 a year and a woman making $125,000 a year where he has to pay her child support. And like you said, Beachy, get a second job so he can meet his obligation. That just sounds crazy. And, if they have a formula in the right state, first of all, it sounds like she was hiding her salary to begin with. Because if it was a fair kind of thing, he would have never had to pay her child support in that manner where he would have to she's making more money. Correct. And the fact that he has the kids like 3 or 4 days a week, maybe she might be the primary. Maybe he might have to have a case to say he should be the primary because she's off selling the Herbalife around the goddamn world. So the point really is, I don't see any judge, even as hateful as they are against men, saying you're $35,000, we're going to put you in a poor fucking house and give you and make you pay child support to this lady, and she's making 3 times as much money as you are. It just sounds crazy.
Again, you're wrong, because I have a friend. He's poorer than his ex baby mama. Now he may not have to pay that amount in its entirety, that high end, and they'll take it down to say, okay, let's be he can't afford that much, and they'll be reasonable. But just because you have a child with a woman who makes more than you does not give you a scapegoat out of child support. You're still going to pay something. You're still going to be held accountable for paying some type of support. It may not be a high number in Alabama. I think the lowest is $25 a month. So even if they let you off and say, we're just going to make this man pay $25 a week, $25 a week, you can't get off without paying nothing. That is not the case.
But that's not the argument, though.
You have to understand something, Payne.
That's not the argument.
So this you have to understand something.
The lady came in court saying she wanted to up her child support for this $35,000 a year, man. He said, maybe he got to get a second job. So he should fucking die working.
No, the judge never said that.
To pay a chick more money. I mean, it's crazy. It is absolutely.
Our Pain. Let me say this, and I'll say this from a personal level. My sister, which I keep it real with my siblings. My sister did that bullshit. Her husband that she was divorcing wanted to get more child support. He had a really good offshore job. He lost that job. They had massive layoffs. He lost the job. He found a land rig job where he's making way less. They went to court. I'm sitting in the back with my brother. And I told my sister, you wrong. But she went in anyway. And as they were, the judge went up, the judge said, well, we're going to grant the same amount of money. He asked for a decrease. Can we just decrease it, please? I can't afford to do this shit no more. And he said, the judge looked at my ex-brother-in-law and said, get a second job.
Yeah, it's great.
He said, I don't want to hear it. He said, I don't want to hear it. He said, I didn't ask you to speak. I'm like, damn, I got an attitude with the man. He said, find another job. It is your responsibility to take care of your children. If you're not making enough on this land rig, find another job. And I just thought that was fucked up. I told my sister, I said, you wrong as fuck. And I told her that you wrong.
That's why
doing this guy like this.
In Florida, they had before they changed permanent alimony, and I'll shut up on this one. They had a guy 78 years old.
You up next, TJ?
Paying this chick alimony. He's 78, couldn't quit his job because she wanted alimony. She was living with a man for 40 years. And I'm telling you, look, it's just, what? This is all the white man's fault. You know what I'm saying? They conquered the freaking world just to let women stick it in their ass, man. It's crazy. Excuse me. I'm sorry, BT. Usually in the barbershop, we curse like.
Not my problem. I'm
but I'm trying to be the favorite baby. Shit.
Yes, but you fucked it up 2 years ago. What's up, RP?
What's going on, man?
Hey, let me just say this one.
Go ahead.
So we can close this off. That child support shit that we were just talking about, that was the purpose on why Trey was saying, what the fuck is the purpose of marriage now? If you know that there's a 75% chance that you're going to go through that, what is the purpose now? Because we know what the purpose used to be, but that's not what the purpose is now. What is the purpose now when you have people that's in the let's get married game? Because there's very few of them now. And y'all about to see what's about to happen because they're asking the same question. Why would I do something like that? Why would I, knowing that is the chances that I'm going to be taking right there? Nah, I end it.
Can I say this before TJ goes real quick? TJ, I know TJ about to cook, but we also need to understand something. I've been to family court. This isn't about a lot of people say this is about the money. It's not really about the money. The average child support payment ain't nothing but about $400. It's not as much as people think it is. People think that these women out here getting rich. They're not.
$441.
It's like $400. Yeah. And most of the time, these women be taking drug dealers. They want to take drug dealers to court. He don't even have a steady stream of income. This is about winning. These relationships between women and men in the Black community have become adversarial. This has nothing to do with the money. This is about, I just want to win, and I'm going to do that in court. My daughter's mom could have asked for whatever she wanted, and I told her when we left, you would have got way more from me if you'd have just sat down and talked to me. We could have hashed this whole thing out over eggs and bacon if you wanted to. You would have got way more out of it. By you going to court, You actually made this adversarial. Now I got to fight. So now I'm gonna make sure. Yep, I don't have no money. Nope, I don't have no investment accounts. I ain't got nothing. I ain't working. I don't have nothing. I quit. Matter of fact, I quit my job. I ain't got nothing. Because you made it that way, as opposed to you just having a conversation with me. But all she wanted to do, JT, she just wanted to win. She wanted to win. That's all she cared about. I want to beat him at something, and she did. She won. She got a sum of money. She gets a check every month. But she now knows, and she has even said it. I screwed myself. She has said it. I screwed myself. I should have just talked to you. Because my son that I had with his mom, we don't have any court paperwork, and she gets way more money out of me than she does.
Yeah. So let me read these super chats real quick. Thank you so much, Big Ant 10. He said, I knew Payne was a player. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Prince Antonio in the building. He says, if you're already thinking about getting divorced before you say I do, you just set yourself up for failure. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I want to play this video of this guy. And I know my brother Trey really gonna really like this video. And then we're gonna let TJ cook because I know he's over there stirring the gumbo. All right, let's listen to this. Here we go.
Marriage proposals do you expect a group of women who have consistently proven themselves to be intolerable, insufferable, combative, masculine, unsubmissive, stubborn, know-it-alls who create drama and conflict?
Jesus Christ. TJ, that was your lead in. Go ahead, brother.
I don't know why.
Turn your mic up a little bit. Turn your mic up.
It's all the way up as high as it can go. I went in and saw. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
We got you.
Okay. You know, part of me sits here and I think, why are we keep having these conversations, especially with Black women? And I'm talking about in general, the overwhelming majority of Black women. They are our ops. They're not here as good faith actors. Nowhere near it. I came in at the tail end of the lady on the screen. Sorry, I don't know your name. I can't really see that far from the read. But saying that they're learning a lot for white women. The very women that taught you how to leave and destroy your community, you're still learning from them. Congratulations that you're doing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, congratulations. Because the fact of the matter, if you're proud of that, you're proud of your own damn demise. You're proud, and that's it. I've got to the point in my life where if Black women want to destroy their lives, their families, have at it. Because when it actually hits the fan, which is going to happen in our lifetime, and I believe within the next 5 to 10 years, when it hits the fan, the people who are out here that's going to suffer the most are the ones who keep complaining about they're the least protected, but yet and still they keep shitting on the people that's supposed to protect them. Now, let me finish. I sat quiet, please. The child support thing. A lot of times, guys go into the support system. I can really only speak to Wisconsin because Wisconsin is diabolical. What they set your child support, and it's a tier system ranging from 14 to 27%. It's a tier system based on how many kids you got. But they set your child support percentage, your child support based on the peak earning. It don't matter if you make that money or not. They go to your highest earned income, and I believe it's in a 5 to 7 year time span. Doesn't matter if you are making that or not. They go to the highest, and that's where they set it at. And yes, these judges or in Wisconsin is actually administered by commissioners, not necessarily judges. So when you go to the commissioner and you're asking as a guy, you're asking for relief, they'll tell you to go get another job. But guess what happens the moment you go get a second job? You trigger what they call a substantial change in circumstances. So guess what the non-custodial parent gets to do once you go get a second job to meet your obligations? They get to go back in there and ask for an income because your income is higher. It is the biggest reason. If a man wants children, it is cheaper to knock her up and not marry her. and just pay the child support. It's the cheapest way it's the cheapest way out of it. And you don't have to, I'm telling you from personal experience, you ain't gotta spend 2 decades with a woman to get half your damn pension. I was married to mine for 5, and she gets half my damn pension. So it doesn't matter. And it also is going to depend on your state for the most part. But in general, it doesn't matter. The moment you get married, I don't care if it's for a day or a week, or 20 years. In a lot of states, once you get married without a prenup, all assets are considered marital. All of them are considered marital. And the one thing, just for clarification, the one thing that a prenup does not do, you cannot put marital assets in a prenup. You can only put assets in a prenup that predate your marriage. Anything during the marriage is considered marital. Everything.
Well, actually, not everything. Inherited property is in that knocks you out. So I just want to throw that for those of us who are inherited a lot of things, they do not include inherited property. That will knock that out.
Go try to inherit your property during your marriage without it being in a prenup and see what happens.
No, you'll need a postnup for that.
And who's going to sign? And who's going to sign a postnup?
Oh, my spouse signed a postnup because
he's a man.
That's because he's a man. Because men do that. Men go, I don't care. Men go, that's yours. Men go, that's okay. That's what it does. Let me tell you something. The offer I made to my lady about us getting married and getting together, I told her, I said, look, first of all, she has a home, I have a home. You got to sell your home. Guess what I said to her about selling her home? We sell her home. We put the proceeds in an IRA for you and in your name only, and we put it in a trust for you. So if something goes wrong, that's your money. I can't do nothing with. Guarantee you she would not have made the same offer to me.
Definitely not making that offer. Definitely not giving up anything. I will be keeping all of my inheritance, all of the things that I've earned, all of my retirement, plus the additional that I have gained, not sharing one dime. Okay, so that's exactly how that's going to go.
Our women are not in the business anymore of working with their men, and that's just the hard realities of the situation that we're in. But our women, unfortunately, and it's usually down the line, often regret that kind of behavior, that kind of behavior and that kind of stance. So this thing with the current administration, it's not going to end in 4 years when he gets out of the White House. J.D. Vance will become our next president. And if you think you think Trump is bad, you ain't seen nothing yet with this 45-year-old dude.
Oh, TJ, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
That's right. I don't know about it. Fingers crossed.
You're going to see a blue wave happen here this year, and then you're going to have a Democratic president, because the one thing that women do better than men
is vote. And there's a bunch of I didn't know there was so many crazy ass liberal white women in this fucking country, and the 92% black women who vote idiocracy, they're going to do the same thing again. So I could just tell you, man, I don't know how I don't care how great the country is 4 years from now. It just might be the end of America.
So the topic again is about, what was it now? Well, look, we're deviating a little bit. The dangerous, or what's our topic?
We're talking about the topic. The dangers of marrying black women.
Right. So again, I don't think it was understood when I said I learned. Okay, any woman who is going to learn, we don't care if you are Caucasian, Hindu, Ghana, if you're over there from Asia, Thailand, Japanese, we want all the information. Any woman that's some type of Islam, we want to know it from every group. How are you making it? What's going on here? We take all the information, compile it together, and whatever makes the best sense to apply, then we're going to apply. If it don't apply, then we let it fly. And I don't see why y'all seem to not understand that. I mean, unless you're just married to the dumbest bee on the planet who's not able to look and say, well, let me see what I'm doing and what I can also teach my daughter. Then yeah, women are learning from other women, and they also are learning from us. Don't think for 1 second my little Hindu friend today wasn't asking me, about some things, and I shared it with her. And we shared some couple things that were random. They didn't have anything with finance. Well, it has something to do with education, but for our children, but not finances. But it still benefit her. I shared with her, "This is what you need to do to get your son in here, to get this program, to get paid that," because she didn't know anything about it. Her community didn't know that. So we share information, and the fact that you all seem to not understand that. Some of you, it's not a black white thing. It's all.
Who are you marrying?
It's all of the women of the world. We want to know what we can learn from each culture. That's what an intellectual woman is going to do. And unless you're slow and delayed and don't want to ask anyone else, then you'll just be left behind. But the rest of us, we going to ask everybody. We want to know how she did it, how that one did it, how the other one did it, and whatever new race may come up, how the aliens doing it too. We want all the knowledge, okay? We some greedy knowledge. Okay? We want all the knowledge.
There's nobody is marrying you.
Can I ask a question about the topic?
Women. You
Yeah,
guys
no
are
one-
the least married. Nobody wants you.
And maybe you guys,
Well, there must be, because the topic is that we're about marriage.
It's good for clicks and views. Don't be confused.
Well then, so y'all are capping for just a click and view, and meanwhile, no one's marrying us, but yet the only woman up here that he can guide is a married
women
woman.
are the least married. You guys are the least married. Nobody wants you. White men don't want you. Black men are the only ones that are willing to put up with y'all BS. We're the only ones. And even we have increased our numbers from dating outside of our race every single year for the last 20 years. Our numbers have gone up, that we are dating more outside of the race. Even we are quitting on you. The fact of the matter is that humanity is cooked when women said we don't want to have any more babies. You had 39 million births in Generation Alpha. We're done here. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So hold on, just a real quick. I want to do some fact checking. Question. Hold on one second, TJ. I got you, bro. I did some fact checking here. I went to Chat GPT here. I want to make sure that we were on the right page here, on the same page here. I put, "Are black women the least married?" in Chat GPT, and it states, yes, statistically in the United States, marriage rates, roughly speaking, the highest marriage rate is Asian women. This is how it goes in the list. The most married women and desired women are Asian women. Coming at number 2, white women, which surprised me. I thought Hispanic would be there. White women. Third, Hispanic women. And coming in with the lowest marriage rates and the least desire is black women. That's how they got it listed. It's right here. I got it right here. Can you
read the numbers?
Yeah, I can. Hold on. Let me get the numbers.
Yeah, I think we all know those stats. I'm just trying to figure out what did we deviate from the topic? I mean, because
I do have a question while he's getting the actual numbers for each of those categories. What does winning look like to black women? What does winning look like?
To answer that question and speak on behalf of all the black women what their version of winning looks like.
You can speak in general terms.
I don't feel comfortable carrying that way. Okay, winning for my girl Newbie's in the chat. I don't know. Me and her got the same definition of winning.
I sent the link. Beat you to shoot the link.
We are winning, so it's hard for me to explain the definition of winning when we're all winning. So
you are winning what?
The losers. I would need to look at a panel full of losing black women. Great analysis. We're winning over here.
All I asked was in general. You don't have to speak because everybody know you can't speak for everybody. We shouldn't have to preface everything.
Do you want to put the link in the private chat for anybody married?
Yeah, Beach, I sent it to you already. It's in the private chat already.
Yeah, it's pinned at the top of the link.
Oh.
I just want to know, what does winning look like? If winning looks like what we have now, then you won. If winning looks like that you have the ability, thanks to men, to live independently of your men, then you won. If winning looks like that you're the least married group of people in this country, then you won. If winning looks like that you have more children by more men than any other group of women, then you're winning. If you want to know if you have the lowest earning potential than almost every other group of women, then you're winning. Go ahead. I'm sorry, BMU.
No, don't stop there. Don't stop there, TJ.
Yeah.
Highest STDs, highest STIs. Single mother birth rate, debt, consumer and student loan, bankruptcies, foreclosures. Don't stop there. When I say that this is the worst group of women as a collective.
But yet every woman in my chat is married. I mean, if you is this what y'all are y'all trying to go from the title to some of you using this as your angle in to come in and
no, hold on, Beachy, let me say this real quick.
Like, what are you doing here?
I sent you the link.
To be a little bit in his feelings and emotions, but you asked me what my version of winning is. I told you my version ain't gonna be the same as Bomb Cherry version.
I didn't ask you what your version was. I didn't ask you what your version was.
Okay?
I said, I asked.
But the title does state that we're winning, right? Didn't this title say black women?
But I didn't ask you for your personal version of it. I said, what do black women in general consider winning? I didn't say your version of it. And I say be general. We can't be specific because we don't know every black person. We don't know every black. But in general, what are black women? What are they saying is that they're winning? What are they winning at? I don't understand
we don't just say, girl, we winning. We just do it.
What are you doing? But what are you doing? But what are black women are doing?
We don't say we winning. We just do it.
What are black women doing
that
is actually winning?
Just like your title says, I think it says black women always get their way. That's what it is. We're going to get our way. Okay. The fact that you made the title says black women always get their way. Let me know that you feel that we always get our way. That means we're winning.
She gotta be trolling. She gotta be trolling.
But the title just says why black women always get their way, and then you ask me how. Look, we just got our way with your title. We win. Your title just gave us our way. We win it with your title.
Beachy, do you understand what being sarcastic means? Do you understand sarcasm? Do you understand that? I'm telling you.
I put the title.
Okay, and if you do, you will understand that in a lot of our titles that we all put up, there's a sense of sarcasm that's in those titles. So you out here trying to play us, talk about some. Well, you put it in your title. You've been in this game too long for that. Come on.
Hold on just a second. Guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're about to go into we're about to go into the second half of the show, but thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button. If you're watching on Beachy's side of it and you're a young woman or a young lady, and we don't hate women here, this just is a discussion. And if women can say that and they can't cam up or can't come up here and they got something to say, stay in the chat, stay at the back and learn how to act. But if you're as bold as Beachy is, because I appreciate Beachy being here and defending herself and defending the women's rights of what she believes, I thank her for being here. And if you're in her chat right now and you're watching this in the shared stream, you are welcome to come up here. She has put the link in her chat, and you're welcome to come up here and join the panel if you are a young lady that wants to come.
Can I add just one thing? See, Beachy, we're asking you to answer the here's why part. You're always winning. Here's why, and tell us what the here's why.
I didn't say we always win, but in this topic that he brought up, then we're winning.
Okay. Now, let me explain what I meant, R-Pain.
The title says she always wins.
Yeah, the title, it does not have any specific, it just says black women always get their way.
She's a content creator, Trey. She's a content creator. She knows what the fuck that means.
Get their way.
But let BMU say what he meant by it.
So what I meant by that is the dangers of marrying a black woman, she always wins, and here's why. So when I say she always wins, it does not matter what she can choose to be married, and if she chooses to get a divorce, she's winning when she has no fault divorce. She's winning when she goes into the family court. She's winning when she goes to a job and they have to hire a woman because it's a part of the plan of the job instead of sometimes they don't holler. Now, somewhere I'm not going to say no, a lot of women are not qualified. Some of them are, but they're winning in the public courts. They're winning when it comes to child support. They're winning when it comes to divorce. Like they're not losing at any of those things. And the biggest losers of those things are men. Men are losing their money. They're losing their homes. They're losing their income. They're losing everything. And a woman can get mad at you today and divorce you, and she can win it because she can get housing if she loses her job. She can get food stamps. She can get Medicaid. She can get WIC. She can get to get milk and baby formula. I'm just saying, like,
our problem. How is that our problem that we are going to win and walk off better than we came in? How was that our problem? Are you all considering going back in the beginning of time that women couldn't even spend their own money? Are you adding in the way it used to be that men? How much have you all came up on women dowries? Let's talk about the dowries that were put in place. Men that had no money and we couldn't have the rights to spend our own money. You all would marry us just for our dowry. Y'all can't. Women. It's our turn now.
Hold on. When did that happen in America? When did that happen in America? Hold on. When did that? When did that happen? Hold on. It wasn't your money. It was your parents' money. Who was it?
Okay. That's it. Give us back our dowry. How many men want to marry later?
What year was that in America that y'all
we
had
couldn't even spend our own money and buy a pack of buy a tomato without asking for
permission. Why you lying, dog?
It's our turn. It's our turn. Y'all had y'all turn. Now it's our turn. Just take it. The scales. I don't see no problem. Okay, we're making us for all the time. We couldn't even get 2 cents without asking you. Can we have 2 cents?
When the women couldn't spend their own money?
When women couldn't spend, they could not spend their own money.
What year was that?
Well, I mean, none of us were alive, but that was a thing where women couldn't spend their own money without their husband's permission. That was a thing where women couldn't spend their own money.
No, they went to their husband because they understood the family came first. That's what they understood.
It was our dowry, coach. It was our dowry, and we couldn't even hold our own money. Even if y'all died, we still couldn't. We had to marry again to spend our own money. This was even biblical. Even in biblical days. In biblical days, you guys.
Talking about the biblical days. We talking about.
Y'all know what they did to a widow? A husband would get married in the very Bible that you all go by. A widow in the Old Testament, when her husband would die, she would lose everything. They would come in and ransack her house. She would be cast out in the streets and set as a beggar with her and her children. Only if she got.
Why y'all read this stuff at?
This is Old Testament. Moses now had to come in and do something with their law. Widows.
They made sure she was protected by the village.
Until the new covenant, women were left penniless. Okay, that's what you guys cannot. You don't know that in the Bible.
So
women were penniless if their husband died.
All right.
Okay. They needed another family member, a brother, preferably, to marry her for her to have her own money. You guys don't know the dang on very good.
So this is the thing. Again, I always ask this. This the stuff that you're talking about in the past. This stuff did not happen in the last 40 years. Women had money, they had jobs, they were working, they were taking care of families. A lot of women, especially in these big cities, were also taking care of their husbands also. So it still gets to a point where when y'all get to talking about this stuff financially, it's always been the problem of women and black women and black men. There ain't never been a time that black men were sitting back as a whole telling black women that I'm making all the money and you can't do shit. As a matter of fact, black men that couldn't read, that had less than a third grade, and it was a lot of those folks that was baby boomers and beyond. They couldn't read, but guess who could? Their wives. That was one of the reasons why the men used to give the women a check. He go out there, make the money, give her the check. Guess what she also did? She took the money and she spent it on the household while he was out there working. So they were working together. At that time, during those times, marriage made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense. And they were a part of the, guess what, y'all? Community. Nowadays, it goes back to what Trey is saying. What is the purpose now? Why would any person actually say, I want to get married? Why would any person say that now? I want to get married. Why would you want to get married if it's not contributing to the simple thing, the one simple thing, to build upon your community? It's a building tool. Ain't nobody building now, because what we hearing, especially what you saying, BT, is women versus men. It's that women versus men shit.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
But you're saying that women are winning.
You all trying to force everybody to marry.
I ain't trying to force you or nothing, because I don't want nobody to get married right now. They don't know what it is. Now, you couldn't even answer a question when TJ asked you, what does it look like when women are saying they're winning?
I could answer, but I'm just not going to.
Then So
Yeah,
this
I'm just
that
gonna
weird
answer
man thing. We're here to have a conversation, and the thing is that in the conversation, you say that you don't want to have the conversation.
No,
That makes
I'm
no
having the
sense.
conversation, but
That's
there's
why
a question. If there's a question now, let's be clear. If there's a question that I say I'm not going to answer that, then I'm not going to answer that question. But we can still have a conversation. That don't mean every question you ask gets answered. Okay, this ain't interrogation by
that
the
makes no sense.
panel.
What
So
you're saying makes no sense because we are all having a conversation. Someone had a point of contention. Hold on. Someone had a point of contention. This is the thing. If it goes down to that, if you don't want to answer that question, this is the craziest part about it. Then you should pass the mic to someone else. Then. Because
there's no another woman here to pass the mic to. We can answer
You went on to something else. You went on and then started talking about something else.
Let me say this real quick. Hey, the Beachy, thank you for hanging. Listen, you can know how to hang in there with them. So listen, this is a good conversation to have. And sometimes, we're not going to always, I know sometimes, people are going to be watching this about black men don't feel to them. They hate women. And all this shit.
I knew before I came, he sent me the title. Look, y'all, I'm all y'all got right now. And unless somebody else want to come up here, they're more than welcome to answer anything that I decline to answer. But like I said, no offense, but this ain't an interrogation at the DA's office where I'm inclined to, ma'am, you must answer that question. Y'all ain't judge, jury, and execution. You got to get what I give.
We were talking about just having a conversation.
Be content. Be satisfied. Be happy I gave you a little something because I ain't got to give you nothing.
Before you do, Trey, I got an intro video for you. Hold on just a second. I want y'all to watch the video, and then I want y'all to come in after this. Here we go.
With modern marriage from a man's perspective, most of the marriages I know, okay, the man provides financially, he protects, taking care of kids, doing the things that he can do. What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day, sex. If you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law.
Go ahead, Trey.
I mean, that's James Sexton. He's a divorce attorney. When anytime you got a white male divorce attorney saying this, it should tell you everything you need to know. At the end of the day, my question is very simple. Why can't we hate black women? They hate us. They make it publicly known that they hate us.
We don't hate you. I'm here because I love black men. We love y'all too goddamn much. Y'all just won't accept that.
Why can't we hate them back? They hate us. Last time I checked, there was a woman who said that black male baby should be terminated.
Okay, well, I'm not that woman, and I don't believe in that. I love the black men. I want y'all to be here, and I want y'all to win and thrive and survive. And I have my black sons. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Hold your solipsism. I'm not talking about you, nor was I talking to you. So this isn't about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. I'm speaking in general. If black women as a collective group can showcase their hate for black men every single day on social media platforms, in music, in movies, they do it every day. Why can't we? Why can't I say, I hate black women? I don't like the things that black women have done to the black community. I've said this to you before, black man.
Hey, newbie, how you doing?
Hi,
the CIA ever had was a black woman.
Thank you, Trey. Before our newbie comes in, she's new. Newbie, you are welcome. Our lovely newbie.
You just how rude of you.
Conversation.
How rude of you to cut me off in the middle.
Yeah, why would you cut him off?
Newbie came up and we finally got a woman. Trey, you gonna run her off?
But he was talking though. Why would you cut him off?
How rude of you to cut me off to introduce your friend? How rude of you.
So let's let Trey finish.
I love this. You know why? Because I love to take these videos and go show them to young black men and say, this is why you should never date a black woman. This is what you're going to get. This is what you're signing up for. So it's right here in front of us. I love it when they come onto social media and they troll and they show us their true colors. I love it. Let them keep doing it. I say this all the time. TikTok is amazing. TikTok is the digital diary that we always needed because you guys tell us everything we need to know. And all I have to do is just show a young 20-year-old man, go somewhere else. Black women are terrible. This is what you're signing up for. Leave them alone. I am on the side of just leave black women alone. Let them be. Let them rock. We don't need them. You do not need black women to continue having a black community. They are not necessary at all. They're not necessary. You can literally go get other women from other communities and still have a Black community. They're not necessary. Even with this marriage thing, if you as a man are getting caught up in marriage court now, that's your fault. You're the dumbass. If you're dumb enough to get married in 2025 and beyond, you deserve everything that you get because you're too stupid to realize that the court system is not on your side. Family court system is not on your side. You will lose in the end. So if you get married, especially to a Black woman or any woman for that matter, you deserve what you get. Take it. Take your lumps.
Okay, so welcome Newbie into the building tonight. Newbie, welcome to the Black Men on Filter Network. We'd love to have you. Thank you. Any other women that want to join the show, please, you're able to come up. The link should be out on JT's channel here at the top, pinned at the top of mine, and Beachy has it also in hers. So ladies, if you want to join the panel and you have something you want to say, we want to make sure you are heard tonight as well. Newbie, welcome to the show. What are your thoughts on what you've heard so far?
First of all, I just want to very seriously say I just got here, so I don't know what the beginning of the conversation was. I'm just going off of the parts that I heard, and I'm familiar with Beachy, and that's why I'm here. I tuned into her channel as I am cooking a late supper for my husband because he just got in from work and he's hungry, and I'm in the middle of that, so I can't stay long. But I just want to say, just from what I heard, the same thing that I say to my Black sisters when I hear things like Black men are no good and deadbeat dads and all of the things. When I hear that, the only thing that I can say to them, and I'm going to say it to you fellas, I'm sorry for your experience. I'm sorry that for whatever reason, the Black women that you've, for whatever reason, been surrounded by make you feel this way. Because like I tell my Black sisters, that's not my testimony. My father, my husband, my brother, my uncle, my sons are very strong, kingly Black men, family oriented, great work ethics, spirituality, in tune with their emotions. So I know that deadbeat guys are out there, but it's not my experience to deal with a whole bunch of them. So again, fellas, I gotta go. But again, I'm so sorry that that's been your experience with the Black women that you've surrounded yourself with. I hope things get better. I love y'all for real, and I gotta go.
What she
right, clip that.
I wish she could have stayed because that statement was all diabolical. What she said,
it was so diabolical. We've been doing this too goddamn long to know how somebody give us, bro.
So good.
That was one of the most. That was so. I gotta go because my husband. Great.
Yeah.
That was what we surround ourselves with. Most of our experience is not just about the women we surround ourselves with. Like, what's your, I forget the lady's name up here. I forgot your name. But I work in a female-dominated industry. I work in healthcare. I work in a hospital, and I get the pleasure of listening to women talk for 12 hours on a night shift. So I get to hear nurses, female nurses, female doctors, CNAs, sitters, even housekeepers. I get to sit and listen to these ladies talk. And the way that they talk is the way that we describe them, the way that we describe them online the majority of the time. The even more sinister thing is I get to watch white women talk to Black women about relationships, and what white women is doing to Black women in these settings is wicked ass work. These sisters would sit up there, they'll complain about their dudes. The white women will co-sign at 10 o'clock. So we're only a few hours into the shift. The white women will co-sign what the sisters are saying. We'll be like, yeah, girl, I wouldn't put up with that. I wish my man would, ... They will be in lockstep with these sisters talking. And like clockwork, at about 4:30 in the morning, the white women, their conversation changes. I get off in an hour and a half. I gotta go home. I gotta make my husband's meal. I gotta go take my kids to school. I gotta go talk. I gotta go take his mother to the doctor. All this, that, and the third. all while the whole night telling these black women that they shouldn't be doing what they're about to get off work and go do. In my department, outside of the supervisor and the director, those are 2 white women. Outside of them, there is no white woman who works full time in my department. And there are 64 people in my department, and there's only 5 men. And the majority of them are white women. None of the white women work full time. They all work 2 days a week because every last one of them is married. And they go home to their husbands, and these men are mechanics, linemen, all, just regular old degular men. The only people in there that's working 60, 70 hours a week like I do are the sisters. But these white women go tell these sisters what not to do, that they encourage them to keep doing what they're doing while they go home and do the opposite with their families. So we're not talking about the women we're just surrounded with. We're talking about women that we even hear on the periphery in our professional settings, in the churches, extended families, their girlfriends. We're not just talking about women that we didn't brought into our intimate lives. I'll land it there.
I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. I don't know what that was about, but I am 1,000% sure that I can get in touch with many more white women than you can and do. I am 1,000% sure that they have given me things that I have never heard of and haven't implied them in 47 years of existence on this planet. They've come to be very fruitful. Things that I share with our sisters. We all share things. So I don't know what that situation is he's talking about, but overall,
she do.
The women in different races, we are collectively getting information off the other. And when something works, not what don't work, and we see it's working, unless you just boo-boo the fool, we know how to take the notes and say, hold on, what do I call to get that information at who? How do I do that? That's what we do. Got a whole document and roster full of things to do. So I don't know what boo-boo the fool listening to somebody talk her out of doing something that she just a fool. That don't have anything to do with her talking to a white woman. She just dumb and listening to somebody give her bad advice.
The majority of our women are dumbass women.
Okay. Well, that's your opinion, and I think the majority of black men would disagree with you. They're not going to agree that the majority of black women are dumb. You don't represent the majority of black men. So you represent like this square amount. Just this square is all you represent for black men. So you cannot speak for the majority of black men, certainly not for the majority of black women.
I know what the outcomes produce. Our women don't have the outcomes that their counterparts do. You are part of a very minority group of women, which is about 30%. Well, no, it's like 28% of black women are married. I'll give you 30% for the statistical deviation. Other than that, you are in a very, very small minority of women. That means the majority. That means over 70% of black women haven't gotten it right. Period. That's not me just like making that up. It's the observable fact. It's the observable fact that the majority of black women.
Problem, Mr. TJ, how is that your problem? When black women,
he didn't say that it was his problem. That wasn't that. He didn't say that was his problem. But TJ, this is the thing. Oh. What we have to do also is add in, because when we're talking about these ethnic backgrounds, we're not adding in the thing that really matters. It's the age group. It's the age group. Because once them damn boomers are out of there, hey, them numbers gonna look crazy as hell when it comes down to that shit.
Single digits.
It's gonna look crazy.
Single digits.
JT, that's what I was trying to bring up, is that we're having a generational issue.
Yes.
Younger generations are not going, like all this stuff that women think they think they game it. You're not going to be able to get away with that.
Crazy.
You're not going to be able to get away with that with millennials and Gen Z. I'm a millennial. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Like the thought process of even have conversations with my great uncles and my uncles, and they always ask me the same question all the time: when are you going to settle down and get a good woman? And I have to remind them, I'm not in the silent generation. I'm not.
We speak it right. So you're a millennial. So this is the craziest thing, because you're a millennial, and then you're talking to the boomers. To bridge the gap is who? Gen X, right? That's why we have to talk. But this is the craziest part when we start talking about this shit right here. When you start talking about the age groups and you're listening to the young women, what they talking about? Eating ass and sucking dick and getting flown out and all kind of other shit that they're talking about. They ain't talking about
money.
Beachy.
Money is their god. If you want to move these women, all you gotta do is put some money in their face. And they'll do whatever you tell them to do.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. When you're talking to these women, let me tell you something, y'all. And this is to the men. That sisterhood is so deep. Y'all have no idea how deep this sisterhood shit goes. Your mama is in the sisterhood. Yeah. Your mama is in the sisterhood. Every woman, it's very few women that say, I denounce the sisterhood. Very few. It's a small percentage of them. We see it. Almost every damn woman, I gotta say, at least 95% of the women, no matter how good we say they are a part of the sisterhood. They will let that bullshit fly. That's why you see these women talking the shit that they talking with confidence, because them older damn women, they let that shit fly. They show us every time that, hey, we do not deserve to have a man on our side. We want to do what we want to do. And it's been proven that every time they are uncovered, they get their ass handed to them. Am I lying about that, y'all? Every time that you see an uncovered woman and she want to go out there and be a man, she get her ass handed to her. That's why you still have all this bullshit that's happening with women when they can't do nothing else but fight and say sexual harassment. They don't like me because I'm black. They don't like me because I'm a black woman. They don't like me because whatever. My toenails are green. Sisterhood comes in and say, well, I mean, to each their own. I mean, but you got to understand. That's sisterhood. That's your mamas, your aunties, that's your damn wife. All of them are inducted into the sisterhood and they can't get that shit out. Almost every woman is in that fucking shit. That's why we had it. You see what that woman came up and did. I just want to let y'all know that I just want to be up here, you know, for a good time, not a long time, because my husband and I got to cook for him at goddamn 11 o'clock Eastern time.
That's newbie though. See, that's what I like to bring in. You're not gonna do a movie like that. If you would have been
see, y'all see where the sisterhood is going?
No, the newbie,
I'm not finished. So she got to interrupt my soliloquy because she got to take up. The sisterhood got to take up for the sisterhood.
You got it. You got it, girlfriend.
It's deep, y'all.
My bad.
I don't give a damn. Listen, if you are married, understand this. Your wife is a member of the sisterhood. If you got a mama that you love, that mama is a part of the sisterhood. And they trying to take your daughters and induct them. Guess what? They were already born into the sisterhood.
What up, cuz?
Am I lying?
Hey, being you, I just want to say thank you, because you know I teach my stocks class on Monday. I can't wait to show them this. I mean, we take a little break because I'll be frying their mind with numbers and all that. So I let them take a little break. And I always want to show them this is what black women are, bro. This is where we're at in 2026. This is how they behave. Everything's a troll. If they can't figure out a way to debunk or have a good conversation, then you're feminine or you're gay or you're this or you're that.
Small dick.
There is no, I can't. Me and you, I haven't been here in a long time on Friday. I haven't been here for a while on Friday, but I don't know what made me tune in tonight. But thank you, because we need more. And look, I'm all for it, Beachy. Please continue to keep going and keep doing what you do, because I want to keep showing young 20-year-old black men this is not the way. You cannot work with this. What Mike Singletary say? You can't win with him. You can't win with him.
Michael Jackson said it too. He said you can't win. You can't get out the game and you can't break even.
And Lauren Hill said you can't win if you're not right within. So we can all throw out a little lingo. So
she was talking to the women. She was talking to the women. You can't win if you're not right within. She was talking to y'all. The sisterhood was who she was talking to. So you just proved our point.
No, I think when Lauren Hill gave that verse, she was singing to everybody.
No, she was singing to the women. Go listen to it again.
I think it was unisex.
No, it wasn't unisex. It wasn't nothing
No,
about
it wasn't.
that.
She was talking to the women because she said the things that she had to say about the men. She was talking to the women when she said that part right there. I know the song. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, what's up, Stick? Hey,
all I know is we need to give a care package to your husband, Beachy. I'm
He not black. He not black. You don't gotta give him anything.
He don't get no care package.
He not black. He don't get nothing special. He got all the special treatment he gonna get over there in Canada. We ain't sending him nothing. He need to be sending stuff over here.
Yeah, he not black. He not black.
We not sending him anything. That's already been decided. He on his own. He on his own. Stay over there in Canada and send us the stuff. That's what we do. Okay,
you leave him where he at.
You know he light skinned. You know he's a white brother. You know he's You know it. I can't do that.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Just a second. So we got somebody else that's come to the panel, man. Hey, my kinfolk in the building tonight. What's up, my boy? How you doing tonight, bro?
How y'all doing, family?
Good, man. Hey, so you have any thoughts on what you heard so far? I know you've heard a little bit up in here, but the title of the show tonight is "The Dangers of Marrying a Black Woman. She Always Wins." Do you have any thoughts on that, cuz? Because I know you be on social media killing the game too. So what are your thoughts?
Nah, I ain't got no thoughts right now, man. I'm just listening, trying to catch up real quick.
Okay, all right. Good to see you, though, boy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so BG, listen, you hung in it tonight. I'm gonna give you your props. Ain't too many women could have done what you did tonight up here. So I got to give you your props of hanging in. No, I'm saying staying because most women would log off, camera down, leave the show. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Man, you stop glazing
that woman. Hey, Trey, come on now, Trey. You know I'm not doing. I'm saying y'all didn't run her off. Y'all didn't run her off. Is what I'm saying. Y'all didn't run her off.
This is a snack and an hors d'oeuvre. This that light work. Y'all not really giving no work.
Trey, let me do my Trey.
Don't let up on each other.
Y'all do realize y'all using the same regurgitated stuff we done had a million times. It don't got no
Trey, you gotta let me do Trey. You gotta let me do the BMU thing. Trey, you gotta let me do my Trey.
Help me, nigga.
Help me.
I damn near fell asleep when somebody was talking for about 30 minutes. The little dude over there at the end with the eye. I almost fell asleep when he was talking. Y'all got to do better than this.
Trey, this is what you did to me, Trey. This is what you did to me, Trey. Damn, you just threw me away, man. What's going on?
I'm taking y'all serious. I closed my notebook and put my pen down an hour and a half ago. I'm not taking y'all not doing no serious work. This is unacceptable. I thought you're supposed to practice before the practice, and how you practice is how you play. And right now, this is not no all-star team. Yeah, I see a couple of all-star players, but this ain't an all-star team. So this light, I might as well get my pom-poms to put on my cheerleader skirt and do a backflip and a split for all I see.
You should. That's where you belong.
Because I could. You want a 5, 6, 7, 8? Who do we appreciate? Black men. I'm filtered. I do that. Pom-poms. I mean, what else you want? I got it all over here. Fuck with me. You know I got it. Okay, but this ain't it, guys. I don't know what you came to do tonight. But I'm not moved like a tree planted by a dang on river. I'm not moved. So anything new that we haven't heard 1,908 times anybody want to bring to the platform, I'm open to hear and answer if I can. Good. But this that who got that new? Anybody on the panel got that new? They giving They giving outdated. They're giving
Hold on. This is not about your ass. You sitting here talking that crazy ass shit you talking. This ain't got nothing to do about what the fuck you think that this is. We are the originators of this shit right here. Please believe that shit. Please believe that shit. So when you out here talking that shit that you talking right now, like I said, we already done proved the sisterhood is so in depth right now. We see. Look, let me tell you one thing that I saw. I saw the people that you had on your guy. I see who you got on your channel. We done moved. That's why Black Man said, "Hey, I got to give you your props, because all them women all them goddamn hyenas you got on your goddamn channel. Let me tell you what." They came over here. They knew this wasn't the spot on your channel. I
don't work with any of them. If they was on my
channel. Your channel. I don't care if you don't. You said don't nobody in your chat. It ain't nobody in your chat. You said ain't nobody in your chat without a husband. You said that shit. Shit. I know all them people. See, what you
didn't know newbie. No, you didn't know all of them. I see a couple. You did not know
all of them. I didn't say all of them. I knew some. I recognized some names on that motherfucker, and I said, "Oh no, those hyenas. They came over here before." And let me tell you what we did. Ran their ass the fuck off. Am I lying about that, fellas? We ran their ass the fuck off. They go over there to the other. They go over there to the other little funky ass channels. They don't come over here at BMU.
All right, man. Well, listen, we're about to shut it down. Hey, we had a good show. Hey, my tonight, man. Appreciate you, bro. Next week, I'm definitely got to have you here early. I got to get you in earlier, bro. If you ain't done nothing on Fridays, Tuesday, if you ain't done nothing, you can come Tuesday too. We're gonna be flipping tables on Tuesday for sure. Again, because we definitely flipped them Tuesday. If you didn't watch the show Tuesday, tonight was a good show too. I appreciate you, man. Trey, I appreciate you, bro. Trey, your Instagram's still the same, ain't it?
I got kicked off Instagram.
All right, TJ, thank you, man, for being here tonight, my brother. Coach Berg, thank you always for being here. Prototype, my brother, thank you for being here. Our Pain, always. Kinfolk, bro, thank you for being here, man, coming in and supporting me tonight. JT, thank you. All right, last but not least, man, Beachy, thank you for coming in tonight. I appreciate you for coming in and having the conversation, man. You know, I love you. Me and you had a battle royale, and you still having battles to this day. You battle. You out here battling.
Did you put your link in there? I gotta come over there.
No, you ain't coming. No thanks. Don't even worry about it.
Your ass.
No channels. No, don't even come over there. Don't even walk by the beach. Coach, you can come. Let me see. Coach, he welcome, and the guy in the blue that came with a nice attitude, he come by the beach. Y'all don't even walk by there. Just go walk on by. That song called "Walk On By." Keep on going by. Don't even stop by. Okay.
Black man is God. Black man is God. Just remember that. Black man is God.
If everybody, I'm about to end the show, but everybody stay on real quick before y'all go. I need to see y'all about 2 minutes after the show. So y'all stay on for just a second. Here we go. We out, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Chest thumping, boom like a baseline pound. King Kong stepping, make the whole earth bow. Banana clip bars, peel the truth, spit it raw. Silverback stature.